Hey guys! Do you tend to kill all your plants and even desert plants will dry out in your home? If you can relate to that, this tutorial is perfect for you. Then in this video I will show you how to make these cute polymer clay succulent and cactus plants. They are super easy and fun to make. You can even customize them by making them into any shape, color and size so they can fit perfectly to your own personal style. For this project you will need terracotta flower pots in the size of your choice, brown acrylic paint and other colors for the plants. You will also need aluminium foil, acrylic paint in different colors to decorate the flower pots, brushes, and also a big dotting tool, but this is optional. In order to make the green and pink type, we need to create the base. First take your terracotta pot in the size of your choice and then crumble up some foil into a ball. Then place the foil inside the pot and press it firmly. You want to fill the pot almost to the edge, so make sure the crumbled up ball is big enough. If you have that, start randomly adding small bits of brown polymer clay into the pot. For this step, I use different shades of brown to make it look more realistic. Keep adding polymer clay until you can't see the foil anymore. After that, start pressing down the clay with the end of your brush. With this step, you make the clay bits stick to the foil and to each other. In the end, you should get something like this. Then take some green polymer clay and roll it into a thin snake. Here I mix translucent white and normal green polymer clay, but you can use any color you like. If you have that, divide the clay into small pieces and roll them into small balls. I didn't have any specific measurements, I just tried to make them not too big and not too small. Repeat the step until you shape lots of small balls. Now we can start creating the first plant. Take one of the polymer clay balls and start rolling and pressing one side of it between your fingers. You want to create the shape of a raindrop. If you have that, press the clay to flatten it a little bit. Now the clay should look like a flat raindrop with a pointed end. Then take the end of your brush or a dotting tool and press the round end of the clay to flatten it even more. You can use your fingers as well if it's easier for you. This way it will be easier to create the plant. If you have that, attach the clay to the brown clay so it's placed around the center of the pot by pressing it down so it sticks to the clay. And then go ahead and repeat the step with more clay until you have a circle with these flat raindrops. And you should get something like this. Now go ahead and repeat adding flat raindrops to the flower pot. But this time place them on top of two leaves and right in between them. And make sure that the next layer of these raindrops is placed almost at the edge of the pot and not too far in the center. Then just keep repeating this step. If you created another circle of leaves, go ahead and create another by placing more flat raindrops between two leaves that are right below them. As you can see, every time I created another circle, I tried to use smaller pieces of clay. This way we kinda create a pyramid. When you reach the top, use even smaller pieces of clay and place them the same way as we did before. You can use the end of a brush to help you placing the clay and to make it easier for you. And the first plant is ready to be baked. I also made a pink version the same way as I made the green plant. You can basically make them into any color and size you like. They might not look totally realistic, but fantasy looking plants can be cute and fun decoration pieces as well. To create the next type of plant, roll some clay into a snake as well and divide it into small pieces. Roll them into small balls and then roll them into small drops as well. But this time they should be slightly longer and there is no need to flatten them. Then go ahead and place them around the edge of the pot. The ends should look towards the center. Repeat the step until you create a circle. The drops don't have to be the same size or anything. If they are not identical, the plant will look even better in the end. Keep adding more polymer clay drops until you reach the top, and then you can just add another drop right in the center to create the last piece of the top part. Make sure to slightly press everything down to make sure everything sticks together. I also created a white version the same way. This time the polymer clay drops were a bit smaller. Just experiment and have fun with it. The goal is not to create the most realistic and perfect plant. The goal is to have fun and to create cute decoration pieces. I also went ahead and applied some pink eyeshadow on top of the clay before I baked it. I kinda wanted to glam it up a bit, I guess, but I really like this shimmer effect this color added to the clay. And if you want to create just a green cactus, this type is really easy and fun to make. First you want to create a green polymer clay base for the leaves. Then create some polymer clay circles and place the first circle into the middle. Then add another one right next to the first leaf. If you have that, place a third circle next to them so that the flat side is looking towards the edges. Then just go ahead and add more polymer clay circles by surrounding the center we just created. And if you want, you can also add another shade of green. And you are done. And to create this type of plant, create a green polymer clay base as well. And then, instead of circles, add a big flat drop that looks like a triangle to the center. And then add another right next to it. If you have that, add a third one next to them, so that the flat side is looking towards the edges. Place a fourth triangle on the opposite side and press everything together to make it stick to each other. Surround the center with more triangles by placing them in between two leaves. Every time you press each triangle towards the center, you get this nice curve that we also want to achieve. Make sure everything is attached to each other and you're done. Now go ahead and bake the clay with the flower pots together, but make sure to follow the instructions of your clay. Since I thought I could add more dimension to the first plant, I added a little bit of brown eyeshadow to the outer parts of the leaves. You can also add thorns to the cactus plants by adding small dots with white acrylic paint. But you can also add white lines as well, it's up to you. The good thing is that you can remove the plant from the pot. This way you can easily paint the terracotta pot with acrylic paint. I went ahead and painted some of the pots in one color or just colored one part of the pot. But you can paint them however you like. And because I wanted to experiment a bit more, I added silver eyeshadow to one of the plants to make it look all sparkly. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. I just wanted to give you some ideas how you can create plants that you can customize and that you never have to worry about. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and to subscribe if you haven't already to see more fun and easy DIYs in the future. Have a wonderful day everyone, and see you next week.
I'd give it back, but I never stole in the first part.